It all started in the palace of the king of everything, Zeno-sama. The king was bored of supervising all the deities in the universe. Daishinkan told Zeno-sama that it is necessary for him to have a successor because someone more powerful could appear and put him in trouble. Besides, Zeno-sama was bored of doing his duties as the king of the universes. So Zeno-sama, intrigued, asked Daishinkan how he could have someone to entertain him. Daishinkan, without thinking about it too much, came up with an excellent idea. Great Zeno-sama, you could have a son, a being that plays with you and with a power equal to yours that will help with your work as king of everything. He could even replace you if you wish someday. I and the other angels will always be at the disposal of either of you. I will always obey any order that comes from that child unless you told me not to, or you feel that what he is asking is not good for the safety of the multiverse, he said. Daishinkan, that sounds like an excellent idea to me, but who would be the mother of that child? Zeno-sama, first you have to choose what type of life form you would like. There are many types, such as Yardratians, Nameks, among others. Well, Daishinkan, I would like him to be a being from the planet of the Saiyans. His way of being and his bravery are perfect for someone who will soon replace me and become my successor. As you say, great Zeno-sama, but now it remains to decide who could be the mother of that child, who will give birth to it. Zeno-sama would see among all the Saiyans who was the perfect one for this, and he saw a Saiyan named Jean. She had a noble heart and only cared for the good of others. She was an excellent mother, and this was what Zeno-sama really needed. He knew that he would not be the best father in the world, and that is why the child would have to have an excellent mother. When this happened, Jean had not yet met Bardock, so the story would be different. Zeno-sama chose Jean and made a child appear in her womb, and so a child began to grow inside the Saiyan. Some time passed on planet Vegeta, and the mortal Jean realized that she was pregnant with a baby. She was very surprised to see this because she had not had any kind of love relationship with someone. That was too strange. This made Jean think of very bad things that could have happened to her when she saw this, but then she would doubt this fact too much. Weeks went by and the baby inside Jean grew bigger and bigger. A divine being was being formed inside the Saiyan. Jean was tired of looking for answers and not finding them, until one day, Daishinkan appeared in front of Jean and told her not to worry about the baby inside of her, that she had simply been chosen to be the mother of one of the most important beings in the future, that she would have to take care of him well, and that nothing would happen to him until he was born. Jean was very scared because she did not know what was happening. "Who are you?" she said to Daishinkan. "That doesn't matter now." "But why me? Why choose me? Who is responsible for all this? How is it possible he has the power to make a baby grow inside me?" "Miss Jean, the only thing I can tell you is that now you have a very important position and you cannot fail. King Zeno-sama trusts you completely. He cannot let you down. He chose you among many universes, billions of galaxies and planets. Soon, you will know more about all of this. But is that..." Daishinkan disappeared at the moment, but Jean had already understood a little bit of what happened. Meanwhile, in the palace of the king of everything, "Great Zeno-sama, what will you do when the child is born?" "Well, I'll wait until he's born to bring him here, to this place, so you can train him and learn to master all the skills that my son deserves to know. Because as he's just a child, he'll not be able to control so much power, and may collapse in some way. That is why you will be the one who will teach him to control his strength and power, to make him able to dominate it. You will teach him what it entails to be a son of the Creator, that the universes whose purpose is to kill other deities, including us, must be annihilated. I understand you perfectly, great Zeno-sama. Do not doubt that this child in Jean's womb will be a legend, and will definitely change the way of guiding the universes." A few months passed, and finally, the Saiyan gave birth to her son, and that of Zeno-sama. His birth was felt throughout the universes. A divine being was being born on planet Vegeta. The Saiyan trackers were looking for the source of so much power, but absolutely all the trackers that existed on the planet and near it were destroyed immediately, as these artifacts had not been created to handle that amount of power. Frieza, who was on the planet, was surprised because he felt a power that was not normal for him, coming from a nearby place. Frieza was starting to get scared because he thought it could be the legend of the Super Saiyan. What he didn't know was that it was a simple baby, so he was ready to finish with that being. But before his arrival, Daishinkan took Jin and his son to Zeno-sama's palace. Then, Frieza arrived on planet Vegeta. What? He disappeared all of a sudden? What happened? I don't understand, said Frieza. Meanwhile, Jin, who had arrived at the palace of the King of All and resolved all her doubts, why she had been chosen, and also asked him who he was, since she did not know that such powerful beings existed. I am Zeno-sama, the king of everything. I ensure that all universes are in order, and I eliminate anything that can be dangerous for the existence of the universes. I am the ultimate force of the multiverse. What? There are really other universes besides ours? I thought it was just nonsense. This really is mind-blowing. Jin, I want you to know that we will take care of that child, but first, we will have to decide what he will be called. Jin came up with the name Kakarot, but Zeno-sama had come up with Goku, and Jin loved the name. So this prodigy child would be named Goku. Jin would go to his planet and visit her son all the time. Daishinkan trained Goku, and Goku was already beginning to master some of his techniques. Time passed, and the boy Goku already had a lot of knowledge about the universe and how it worked. He was a very intelligent child, and was already able to understand most things. He learned at his young age the functioning of energy in the universe, particles, atoms, neutrons, and everything that makes up the structure of the universes. One day came, unfortunately, that Frieza destroyed the planet Vegeta, where Jin was at the time. Sometime later, Goku would find out about this, making him extremely angry, and would begin to increase all of his power, destroying the palace of Zeno-sama completely. It was the first time that the power of the Saiyan was felt. The Saiyan boy increased his power so much that the objects around him could not withstand it, and the palace of Zeno-sama had been completely destroyed. Goku had learned of the death of his mother at the hands of Emperor Frieza, who had completely destroyed the planet Vegeta. Daishinkan was the one who informed Goku of this, which awakened some of his enormous power for the first time. Stop it, Saiyan. If you continue like this, you will affect space-time, and possibly this will lead to the destruction of some universes. You have to stop, Goku, said Daishinkan, scared. Far from controlling himself, Goku learned to release an enormous amount of power. The other planets would begin to collide with each other. The universes could not withstand this immense power. Daishinkan and Zeno-sama, seeing this, could not allow Goku to end the existence of the universes. You have to stop right now, Goku, said Zeno-sama. You are aware of what will happen if you keep increasing your power in this way. Your mother is already dead. You're not going to solve it by getting angry like this. If your mother was consumed along with her planet, it's because destiny wanted it that way. You can't hold on to that, Goku. You have to move on. That damned Frieza was to blame. He destroyed my mother's planet just because he wanted to. That's unforgivable, said Goku. Goku, even if he wanted to, could not stop. The power he was releasing had already consumed him completely. Daishinkan had not foreseen that Goku would demonstrate his power at such a young age. For that reason, Daishinkan still did not teach Goku to control his powers completely, so he had no choice but to lock Goku in another dimension until he manages to calm down, because if he fails to do so, entire universes would disappear. Some time passed, and the Saiyan Goku had already managed to calm down. Zeno-sama and Daishinkan, seeing that Goku had already stopped increasing his powers, immediately took him out of the dimension that served to contain the strength of the Saiyan. Goku, you can't eliminate that tyrant called Frieza. For now, he is very necessary for there to be a balance between destruction and creation in the universe. You can't get rid of him now. The destroyer god Beerus should be doing that, but for now he's sleeping. I'm waiting for him to wake up to give him a punishment for not taking care of the order of his universe. But he killed my mother, said Goku. I won't be able to resist the impulse of killing him if I see that bastard still alive in front of me. Besides, he's pitying innocent people. I'll tell you again, Goku, you can't kill him. Over time, Goku would learn to control his emotions. He would be someone who would not really show his true intentions or feelings, and would only act according to what his mind dictates. Daishinkan would also teach him to control his powers completely, so this Saiyan would never again commit such recklessness of endangering the existence of the universes. Goku grew up and became a totally respectable being. He was already known by all the universes for being the son of the Great Zeno-sama.